Hello, I'm Liz Lumley of Finextra, and today I'm speaking to FB of EPAM, and we're going to talk about mobile point of sale, or mPOS for short. There is a huge market in mPOS right at the moment. Do you think the market's too crowded?
The market is crowded. The problem is that having this crowded market, the cost of the merchant acquiring systems are becoming too huge. Most mobile payment solutions are not compatible with each other, and they're creating segments of islands. And I think that a dominant vendor, a dominant player will emerge, but right now there are technology barriers and there are even usage barriers between different players on the market today.
But do you think, I mean, since there seems to be such a huge market for mPOS, is this going to change the retail business model in any way?
I think it's going to unify it. It creates a more omni-channel payment experience, because right now you were paying with credit card, or you were paying with your PayPal account, or you're paying with other wallets, or maybe Bitcoins online, but you had problems using the same channels and the same payment instruments in the retail segment or in the real life. So what's the challenge what's coming up is how can you make it unified in such a way that you only need one device in the store, and you don't need multiple devices. You need one for credit cards, one for PayPal, one for I don't even know if somebody's accepting Pinget payments yet, but potentially, or Bitcoin payments in a retail setups. So you need to unify. You need to have one device in one place, and you need to make it very seamless. And once it happens, then somebody will emerge as the right player on this area. But it could be very complicated. I think what's interesting to me, because I know the history of mPOS, and there have been many false starts. Yeah. Of this
there are a lot of horror stories.
Yes.
But I mean, I think the mPOS story today, in my mind, is really moving retail stores away from that queue and till model and maybe having the payment on the floor. I mean, if that happens, what impact is that going to have on payments processing and banks' back office infrastructures?
You no longer have the IBM terminals. That's the big change, I think. And you don't have the queue itself. You just walk up to somebody and pay as you go. Or you actually leave the store and it takes it off from your credit card. I think what's going to be the difference is what happens with cash. What will happen in this scenario with the cash? I've been in quite a lot of retail shops where they have really problems today with dealing with cash, because they have all these wandering shop assistants or personal shoppers who are helping you, but I wanted to pay with the cash, but they have nothing, they cannot take it. So they actually end up like the waiters or waitresses, which they have a little wallet where they can stock the cash in. So I think there is a lot of changes needs to happen in the back office, what you do with it, especially with printing, especially with providing a receipt, or sometimes these mPOS devices, or let's call it payment devices, what you have on the retail shop, they're handling not just payments. What will happen with those functions? They were maybe handling inventory, they were handling payrolling, and you need to place those things somewhere else. And I think what's going to be the challenge here is that somebody wandering around with an mPOS device in their hand, not necessarily going to be able to track the inventory. Yes, they can actually scan the barcode, you can pay with that, but what happens with the other functions which you really want to have today?
Excellent. That's great. Thank you very much.